Hi, it's December 1st. It's day 3 on my story of addiction. I'm 33 days sober today and counting. So I was telling you yesterday how I was working in the strip clubs. I continued working in the strip club, and eventually my ex-husband got out of prison. Um, After that, we started going to Dayton to get heroin on a regular basis, like every other day. We were so bad about it that I would actually take my daughters with me. I'm really ashamed of that. That's just bad of me. But I'm moving on. I'm making better decisions now. He was an IV user, but I would snort the brown powder, um, and I'm glad I never used the IVs, the needles, because I never got contracted the Hep C virus. So I'm thankful for that. But we were always drug fueled, always on heroin, fighting over heroin, money, fighting over money, arguing, and we ended up getting a divorce. After my divorce, I moved to Columbus, where I met a man that he didn't use, and he really got tired of my pain pill and heroin addiction. So he literally dragged me to the methadone clinic, where they put me on a waiting list. They literally told me to keep using until my name got called up on the list, um, which is you tell an addict to keep using, they're going to keep using. They eventually called. Um, it wasn't, it was about a 9-month wait. I didn't have to pay anything. The Adam H board paid for everything for me. Um, I wouldn't recommend methadone to anyone. It's a crutch. It's also dope, synthetic morphine. Um, it's a habit. You get high when you take it. Um, they kept letting me go up and increase in my dose until I was at 160 milligrams, which is a really high dose to take every day. Um, for 2 years, I was using only methadone. They drug test you weekly there. After 2 years, though, I started using benzos with methadone, benzodiazepines like Xanax and Valium. Um, Taking that with methadone, it's a bad concoction, it's a bad mixture. It can cause respiratory failure and death. Thankfully, that didn't happen to me. Um, but they kept letting me. I kept dropping dirty for benzos, but they kept letting me go and go, until I was like had 6 benzo dirties, and then they kicked me off the clinic and rapidly detoxed me, and I was really sick. Um, it's just like being dope sick. It's just like coming off of heroin, except for like heroin and pain pills, you're sick for like 3 to 5 days. But with methadone, I was sick for an entire month. I never thought it would end. Um, this is why opiate addicts usually relapse or never stop using, because they're either afraid of getting sick, or they can't stand being sick. Um, it's a bad thing. Um, but I made it 3 months, 3 months until I relapsed, and I started using pain pills and buying methadone off the streets. I'd like to give you like the dates of when all this happened, but when you're using drugs and throughout your life, your life just kind of becomes a big blur. Um, I quit I quit working in the clubs when I was 30, though. I couldn't stand it anymore. I hated it. Um, but I was broke. All that money I had, um, I had nothing to show for it. It was all gone. Um, Kicking an opiate addiction, it's like the hardest thing I've ever done. I wouldn't be sober today if it wasn't for sober support team that I have. Where was I? And Safe Haven. Um, but I am, and I'm thankful. Um, and I will be back tomorrow to tell you more. Thank you for watching, and God bless.